Hey guys, I'm Morthadon and we are back for Boruto episode 186. So, last episode we had them planning and everything, getting ready for this going out. I think they're going to be trying to get back to the Leaf Village, but they know Mr. Ao is pursuing them. So, instead of using a distraction, they're working out a way to fight him and win because they didn't want to sacrifice anyone like Mugino had to sacrifice himself, you know. So I'm looking forward to seeing it because that means we are going to get a fight, and we also know that Koji is nearby. So could it escalate into something where Koji gets involved? So that could be interesting. So yeah, I'm excited, guys. So let's get started and check out what this episode has to offer us, shall we? We're going to start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Here we go. Right into the opening. Alright. So I think I'm probably going to sit here and grab them right now, actually. Eat some of these cashews that I got, because I'm hungry. I don't know if I mentioned it in this video last time, but I'm still in the process of... Like, last week, I ended up watching a bunch of these episodes all in one day, and I'm doing that again this week, trying to save a little bit of time, because it is Christmas week for me, so the end of this week is Christmas, so happy holidays to all of you guys out there. I think by the time this makes it to YouTube, it'll be a few weeks past the holidays, so... But I hope you guys had a great holiday. I forgot to say it a few weeks ago to try to, plan for it, but with my Patreon releasing early and then releasing on here, it's hard, so... If you're watching on Patreon, then it's probably right around the holidays, so... Do-do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do, Actually, it's probably the week after Christmas, now that I think about it. Anyway... In other words, I've been watching a lot of episodes, and now I am hungry. How you use it is the episode title. I don't usually see that title, but I see it this time. Probably referring to the ninja tools, right? How you use it, whether they be used for good or evil. He still has a gauntlet. Cool. Scouting with the snakes. So did he share his vision through the snake? Or did the snake somehow tell him that there's nothing around? Poor Mugino. Alright. Jeez. Shit. Here we go. Just absorbed it. Nice. Nice landing, Mitsuki. Good shit. Alright, keep hitting him from all directions. He's absorbing from this side, so that's what they need. I think that's kind of what they talked about. They need someone to hit him from the attack. Ah. Oh, good shit. Oh, if only she could have, like, super punched and broke the gauntlet. That would have been so good. Maybe it's more durable than that, though. Oh, Sarada, no! Oh, she's back at it. Damn. Oh, shit! Good shit, Sarada. Oh. Alright, fire from behind. He just jumps away. Got him up in the air now, though. Oh, never mind. Boruto's up to something, though. Whoa, that looked good. Oh my god, I didn't know you could make it that big. What? Since when? There's gotta be a limit to how much I can absorb, right? Or no? Is there not? Yeah, for Boruto. Yeah. How can he see through that? Can he just see through that, or... So he knows. Oh, from above. He blocked it with his. Come on. I mean, that was pretty much the whole plan we knew, right? And they said the plan, so we knew it wasn't going to work. Boruto, why are you relying on that tool so much? Okay, it's got to be a clone, right? Interesting that his is red. Wait, what? Is it actually not? Shouldn't it have poofed by now? Okay. Interesting. It lasted a lot longer than they usually last. Ah, he doesn't know about it. Jeez. So Mitsuki was making it so he couldn't drop it. Nice. Oh. What is he gonna do? Absorption... Are they like magnets where they don't... They like... So he nullified the nullification? Is that what just happened? He's able to block it. Oh shit, he still went flying though. Jeez. Oh, the gauntlet broke too. Can you not do the absorption anymore then? Damn. Alright. Just like the episode title says. That was cool. And we knew the plan in it, for the most part, worked. Good. Yeah, that thing's gotta be fried. There's gonna be something else, isn't there? Shit. No, Konohamaru, what are you doing? What's happening? Oh, fuck. Is he okay? What the hell is that? Oh, God. I got too invested in the episode to eat, and I just stopped. Mirror drones. Transmit his chakra over long distance. Damn. Jeez. Thanks to them, huh? But it wasn't thanks to... I guess... Okay. So they gave him the tools that allow him to fight, right? I have a theory. The way he worded this just made me think that maybe his ideals are the kind of somewhat the ideals of Kara too. Alright, here we go. Boruto's gonna fight him alone? He's gonna absorb the blasts. Ugh. Here we go. Jeez, just shot it right out of the air, huh? They showed him specifically, like, looking around. Oh, that was cool. Oh, nice. Paper bombs. Are they going to be destroyed that easily? Oh, that's cool. Jumping around on them. Is it possible he has to be in the line of sight? Oh, that's awesome. That's like... That's some Naruto shit right there. Using freaking shadow clones to propel himself. He seems to be taking them out. How many does he have, though? Jeez, that's a lot of water. Wow. Okay. He, like, blasted a wall to block it, I guess? He took out some of your drones, though. Hmm. I mean, there's plenty of people that live without being shinobi in this world, it seems like, but I know what he's saying. Oh, the Kara music. Are we gonna find out when Kara comes for him? Wait, what was that? We saw like a reflection in his eyes, I think? Maybe not. Thought it was like someone watching. Oh. Oh. It was Victor that found him. Okay. I guess I see his point. I don't know that I agree. I mean, I obviously don't agree with his point, but I guess I can understand how he came to that conclusion, I suppose. Talk more about that in discussion. Hmm. Ah. I honestly didn't even realize that unless he somehow put it on a shadow clone. Good shit, Mitsuki, though. Is it gonna be a shadow clone? Yep. He put the gauntlet on the shadow clone. Nice. Oh, he's behind you. Oh shit. He manifested that Rasengan real quick. Good shit. Usually it takes a few for it to, like, build up in his hand. Oh. Messing up his arm. Jeez. Blasted him into the wall. Okay, they went down. So is he done? His arm's broken, at least. You win just like that, huh? I mean, I know it was a hard fight. Oh, the screwdriver. He ain't gonna just... Can you imagine if Boruto just, like, poked him in the neck? That'd be so fucked up. He's not gonna do it, though. Poke out his other eye! Yeah. That wasn't the sound of an impact to a person. Yeah. Oh, good, he's waking up. Boruto defeated him. Come on, man. Think for yourself, damn it. Oh, some crazy lighting. That's some cool lighting, although it's a very anime thing to do. If that managed to change his mind, that's just very anime, because that's all the shit that he already said was that he, you know, he was living and moving around with the stuff the doctor gave him, but it wasn't enough for him. And then just Boruto says, like, just live with it, you're fine. And he's like, oh, okay. Is he gonna kill himself, maybe? Oh, shit, Koji. Is Koji gonna kill him? And are they gonna see it? Oh, fuck. Is that a summoning? It is. Steam Toad? Oh, shit. Is he a Toad Sage? What? Oh, fuck. He summons toads. What if he summoned Gamabunta? Can you imagine? Would Gamabunta fight for a bad guy? Even if they, like, have a contract, they still have, like, a will of their own. I doubt it. He said Steam Toad. He didn't say, like, Gamabunta, but he still summons toads, which is interesting. I wonder if he can enter the Sage mode like Naruto can. I don't know. Curious. Maybe it's not the same thing, though. We'll have to see. Oh, man. I turned off my heat before I started recording, because sometimes when I have all these lights on and everything, it warms up, but I think it's so cold out that it's actually getting pretty cool in here. I only have... Speaking of getting cool, I think my heat turned on. You might be able to hear the humming in the background. Not my heat, but somewhere else in the house. But the boiler's right on the other side of that wall behind me. Anyways, that is it, guys, for episode 186. That was a good episode. Like, we had the whole fight with Mr. Ow was this episode, so that was cool. It had some really cool moments to it. I liked, I honestly think I liked, even though, like, obviously Boruto was kind of, like, the highlight of this episode, I think I liked Sarada's moves in the air when she was, like, going at him. Like, I think that was, like, the coolest, you know, but I like the whole fight. I don't want to, like, just pick one thing, because the whole thing was great, you know. I guess my only complaint with this episode would be, I mean, it's always been inconsistent, and, like, it seems like it's for dramatic purposes rather than being for a purpose, but the whole, like, shadow clones sometimes, like, you just backhand them, like, you barely touch them, and they explode. But here we had Boruto be stabbed through. Like, that amount of damage should have been far more than enough to pop the clone, you know? They, like, poof into smoke. But this time, it, like, stayed longer. Like, if that's an ability they have, they should do that more often if they're able to keep the clones there longer. Because, like, I always thought the shadow clones were supposed to be something that, you know, faded instantly. Unless there's, like, something else that he did to, like, trick him into thinking it was him, but that wouldn't make sense, because I was thinking, like, what if it was a regular clone? Because a regular clone are just illusions, like, he passed right through them, right? But no, he was holding him in the air with that blade. He shouldn't be able to, like, interact with it and hold Boruto's clone in the air like that if it was, I don't know. I think it's just a TV show thing, where they're just trying to make it more dramatic, so they delayed the popping of it. Like, I feel like they've done that before, where the clone will get hit, and they have, like, a massive delay, so you're thinking, wait, oh, it didn't pop right away. Does that mean that's the actual, like, Boruto or the actual Naruto? Because I'm pretty sure it happened like that in Naruto as well. But yeah. I mean, maybe if there's an explanation, let me know. But it didn't sully the episode for me. It was just something that I noticed. Like, it was just weird how long that shadow clone lasted. You know, like, he had, like, a whole conversation with it while it was stabbed through the chest. Yet other ones, he punches once and they pop, you know? So, anyway, let's talk about the rest of the episode. I really loved the part when Boruto was summoning the clones and using the Gale Palm to launch himself. It reminds me a lot of when Naruto used to use clones to propel himself in the air and stuff like that, and I thought that was, like, a really cool use of the shadow clones and everything. So that was really neat. I really liked that. The logic behind, I certainly don't agree. I understand what he's trying to say, though, behind Mr. Ao's logic of why he is working for Kara and stuff like that. So basically, he got blown up by the tailed beast bomb back in Naruto, back in that Great Ninja War, and he sustained these injuries which made it so he couldn't be a shinobi anymore. Sure, the doctors were able to give him prosthetics so he could move around, but he still wasn't able to be a shinobi. At one point, the Kara organization found him, took him in, gave him these prosthetics that had, you know, I gave him all these different ninja tools that allowed him to fight still. And, you know, it's one of those things where, like, I may not fully understand it, but a lot of the times in shows they do this where the warrior, the soldier, the whatever just can't stop wanting to have that fight. They don't want to give it up, you know? So they do whatever they can, even if it means going down a darker path to still continue doing what they used to do. So he, you know, got all these tools, and since he was so grateful to Kara for, you know, allowing him to still have the ability to fight, you know, he decided to devote his life to them, you know. Now, I feel it's a little contradictory because he was upset by the fact that he couldn't be a shinobi anymore, but then he was given these tools that allowed him to fight, but then he started to call himself a tool and not a shinobi, even though all he wanted to be was a shinobi, you know. So that's, like, where, like, it's like, how can I come up with an analogy to explain, like, what I'm thinking? It's, I guess, in a way, it's probably a really bad analogy, but it's like a soldier from war, you know, gets into a fight and ends up being, you know, discharged due to medical reasons, and he can't fight in war anymore. But then someone gives him, and all he talks about is, like, wanting to be a part of war again. So then someone gives him Call of Duty and an Xbox and says, here, have fun, play this. You know, it's like, it's not the same thing, but I don't know. I guess that analogy doesn't exactly work. But it feels weird that he, like, it seemed like he wanted to be, I guess it boils down to he still wanted to be able to fight like he used to be able to fight. But for some reason, he's using that means to, like, disregard shinobis and say that, like, we need a new power. Like, was he trying to say that, like, shinobis caused all this war and all this strife? The thing is like, people would just fight wars with ninja tools and stuff like that instead. I don't know. I didn't, like, I think I understand what he was getting at, but I can't rationalize it in my own mind and, like, make it make sense to me, you know? In a way that would, like, convince me that I would ever think that way, if that makes sense. So, like, I know what he's saying, but I can't rationalize it in my own mind, so... but there was something he said where he spoke about, like, ninja tools being this new power and, like, replacing shinobi with these ninja tools and, like, making shinobis, like, a thing of the past. And that got me thinking, like, I wonder if that's the goal of Kara, right? Like, are they... Because I have my theory, because they always talk about doing maintenance, and especially the way that Delta looks, that they are either partially or entirely, like, robots kind of thing with personalities that are basically their entire bodies are ninja tools, is what I was kind of, like, thinking, you know? And maybe they're supposed to be this, like, evolution, and maybe that's what their fight is going to end up being about, is about, like, we are these, you know, scientific ninja tools, we are better than shinobi, like, shinobi no longer need to be around kind of thing. Like, the same kind of thing that Mr. Owl was talking about here. I wonder if that's what the Kara organization is going to be going for with, because I've been, you know, obviously we don't know yet, but I've been trying to figure out what their goal is, what their purpose is, and everything, but maybe that's what it's going to be, is, like, trying to, like, destroy the shinobi world and create a world where just everyone uses these tools to fight or something. I don't know. I still think there's a lot more to delve into regarding that. I definitely don't think that is entirely the answer. Maybe it's partially the answer. I don't know. But we're just going to have to wait and see. But yeah, other than that, it was, like, a really cool fight. His, like, ninja tool discs and everything were pretty cool. I'm still curious, like, how long it's been since they stole the information from Katasuke, because I feel like they couldn't have created all of this based off the information they took from Katasuke through his genjutsu. I feel like they must have already had some of these technological advancements prior, because, like, unless it really was, like, it couldn't have been that long, you know, it had to have been within, like, a year or two at the most since his genjutsu, and I don't even think it's been that long, you know. And they've, like, created all this shit that even Katasuke seemingly hasn't created, you know. So, I mean, maybe they were just able to explode their technological advancements with what they learned from him, but I think maybe they helped along with some of it, but they already had some of the other stuff, you know. Either way, it's a lot of his tools and everything were pretty crazy. Like, he basically has the chakra blade thing that Boruto had, but it doesn't seem to drain him like the tool that he had. So, like, they have, like, a more advanced version of something that Katasuke seemingly just developed, you know? I wonder what, like, did they manage to make it more efficient, or is that not chakra it's using? Is it using, like, a different power source? Because, like, the one that Boruto had, like, uses his chakra to create the blade, but maybe that's just, like, using electricity in a battery or something to make that blade come out, you know? But the one that Mr. Ao has is, like, even bigger, and he didn't have... Because I was thinking, like, maybe Mr. Ao just has more chakra, so he's able to use that one a little better than Boruto, who's like younger and maybe doesn't have as much chakra right now or something. But I don't think that's the case, because when Mr. Owl grabbed it, it drained him too. And I guess we can talk briefly about that. It was a pretty cool move that they did, where they had Mr. Owl, like, they baited him into picking up the tool, seemingly. Like, I think, was that part of the plan, or did they, like, adapt that to be... That's what I'm not sure of, because that's not something that I remember them talking about. Like, I remember them talking about hitting him from his blind spot, and I think that's, like, most of the details that we got, but they managed to, like, drop the tool there, and seemingly bait him into picking it up, and then when he picked it up and activated it, and used it on Boruto's clone, or he thought it was Boruto at the time, Mitsuki then wrapped his arms around it, so that way he couldn't drop it. Now, they grab it and they turn it on and off, so maybe he couldn't move his fingers enough to hit, like, the on and off button. Like, maybe there's a button you have to hit. I don't know why he couldn't have just turned it off, because Boruto has held that thing without it just turning on before, But maybe it just had to do with, like, a button and he couldn't, like, move his hand enough because it's, like, wrapped up and he couldn't do it, But that was cool that, like, Mitsuki tried to make him hold it for as long as he could to drain as much chakra as possible. So that was, like, a little clever thing that they did. Granted, he still, like, continued on fighting after that, and, like, it seemed to, like, I mean, that's a very anime thing to do, but it seemed like it weakened him briefly, but then he didn't really show any signs of that weakness after, like, 30 seconds. He was just right back in there standing, normally battling, and not even, like, heavy breathing or anything like he was when it affected him. But either way, I'm sure it still hindered his chakra a little bit and weakened him and allowed Boruto to, continue fighting him and succeed, But the other move that was pretty cool was the countering of the absorption with the other absorption, so, like, they just nullified each other, I guess, which is interesting. I didn't really think of using it that way. I guess, like, he did mention that it is a jutsu, technically, that the gauntlet is using, so the jutsu was able to be absorbed by the other jutsu, or I guess they just nullified each other out, And then the whole, like, swapping the gauntlet with the shadow, or, like, putting the gauntlet on one of his shadow clones to trick him was awesome. I love those kind of deceptions and everything. And even though at one point I saw it coming, I didn't expect it until they already made it, like, kind of obvious that he did it. Like, as soon as Katasuka was like, oh, you can't create shadow clones with the gauntlet, which I didn't even realize that his other, like, he had the gauntlet on and then his other shadow clones didn't have it. That was a really cool detail that, like, I didn't even notice. So, and they pointed that out, which was really cool. And it made it made Ao, sorry if I said Katasuka, I don't know if I said that or not. I almost just said Katasuka, but either way, it made Ao like, be confident that he had the actual Boruto when he really didn't. So that was, like, a really cool deception. It reminds me of, like, the old Naruto, where you, like, really, like, saw them doing a lot of those, like, deep deceptions and stuff like that. Like, oh, this is my shadow clone. No, this is my, like, now this is a shadow clone, and, like, really, like, tricking you and stuff like that. Same with, like, some of the really old Naruto. I recently have seen some of the old Naruto again, and, like, Sakura during the Chunin exams doing her, like, substitution jutsu again, and then, like, the real one comes out, and, like, even going back to, like, the first arc with Zabuza, with, like, Kakashi being a water clone, or Zabuza being a water clone, then Kakashi being a water clone, and then Zabuza popping up again. Like, it just kept chaining, and, like, all those little, like, deceptions and stuff like that. I feel like we don't always see that anymore. A lot of it, they, like, go in with, like, brute force versus brute force, and whichever brute force wins, but when we do see that kind of stuff, it's a lot of fun. But yeah, great episode, and now Koji is here. He summoned a toad, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. Like, is he just gonna use the toad to get Mr. Ow out of there, or like kill Mr. Ow and then he's gonna leave? Or is he gonna pick up where Mr. Ow started, and now we have to see them fight a Kara member, and like Konohamaru is all beat up, and it's just like the three kids who just fought a battle against Mr. Ow. Like, are they gonna be up to taking on a Kara member? I don't know. Maybe like Leaf Village backup will make it there somehow. Like they said that Boruto's team was the closest and sent him after Konohamaru, but that doesn't mean they didn't send other people out. It's just that Boruto got there first, and maybe the other teams will show up and be able to help. I don't know, but I'm excited to see whatever happens. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Check out my Patreon if you want to see a couple episodes ahead. You can do so on there right now. As well as my Patreon exclusives, where I'm watching a Squid Game, Cowboy Bebop. I have a bunch of extra episodes of Arcane on there, and Witcher is probably going to be coming out on there soon too. A lot of cool stuff on my Patreon, so check that out if you're interested. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.